Oh.
Is it on?
Should be now.
I do think things work better when
they're turned on.
on.
Yay!
So we
We're
are
back.
very fortunate to have a very techie person on site who will say, "Have you switched it all on?" It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Thankfully, because clearly we all need a break. Thanks, Josh. Have you tried
know what
switching
it
on,
is?
ladies? Yeah. Okay,
You know
Josh.
what it is? It's because I've got that main light on. Didn't
Yeah.
twig that one wasn't on.
No. And then there was another switch he's just switched, a switchy switch that I didn't know about. So we need to
We've
find out
got
what
an
that
extra
switch is.
switchy switch.
Well, he's just got down on his knees and done something magical. Not for the first time this week, I'm sure.
Not for the first
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. He always
Good
fixes all
morning.
the things. It's
Right.
great.
Let's try that again. Good morning. Welcome to Natasha Makes. We can now make stuff because you can hear us, which occasionally is actually a benefit.
Hooray.
Hooray!
I mean, some of you might have preferred Natasha Makes the silent version. Who knows?
I couldn't possibly comment. I've lost my hair clip as well.
I'm liking the jumper, Tash.
Do you?
It matches your apple.
My apple. I know, but I don't know what I've done with my hairband either.
Oh, I've probably got a claw.
Have you got a
bit.
spare one?
Do something. Look.
Yes, it has been one of those mornings this morning. So, good morning to all of you. I hope you're all well. I hope you had a lovely weekend. Today we are making the lunch bag. It is an insulated lunch bag. And if you're me, you might be looking at it saying, I eat a bit more than that. Because we haven't hit January yet, have we, where we all pretend that we're going to diet and go to the gym a lot. So, for those of you that are going to diet and go to the gym a lot, it's this size. For those of you that are realistic and realise that that'll last a week, it opens out.
Ready to catch? You ready to catch?
No, look.
Oh, sit and get the bag. Oh, you moved
Oh,
the bag.
it's
It's
on the
rubbish
floor.
anyway.
Come on, Gemma.
It was never going to go in, was it?
It was never going to reach me, was it?
I know.
Proper girl
Try not to
catching
be
this morning.
seen.
You won't be seen, you're fine. Right, so this is the bag. Can we go overhead and see how roomy my bag is?
Yeah, of course we can. I'm going to say, of course we can. Poke the tech and check its behaviour.
Are you making all sorts of promises that we possibly cannot make?
I'll try.
I bet you all those Facebook comments are, we can't watch you.
Can't hear you.
Morning. There you are. Nice to hear you.
Yeah,
Right,
we had to switch it on.
this is the bag. Gemma, I'm really pleased with this.
I'm not surprised. You're really pleased with it. It's fabulous.
So what happened was, ever since this fabric has come in, I've been looking at it going, it reminds me of something. What does it remind me of? And what it reminds me of were those brown paper bags that, you know, in America when the kids go off to school in
Yes.
movies, they get given a brown paper bag, don't they, with their lunch?
Yes.
It's one of those,
It
but in
looks
fabric. So the other thing is, so many of you have been asking for another tutorial on these clips, on the poppers. I have done it. I need to edit it and it will go onto the members page. We will use some clips today. So if you've got them, please pay attention because I've been trying to look at ways in which some of you might be struggling with them because they don't come with instructions. So I think I might have found a few things to help you along the way.
So you'll show everyone today.
I'm going to show everyone today,
But on
and
the
if you are a
members page-
member,
Closety, uppity.
proper closely, uppity.
Nice.
Because it's difficult to do that here, and then I end up trying to do it at a funny angle and blah 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 blah. Did we get these instructions printed
Yeah.
and made and done?
Yeah.
They are amazing, and they are ready for downloading.
Who needs sleep? Sleepers for the week.
Sleepers for the week, absolutely, I concur. Yeah. So, do you know what else happened, Gemma?
What's that?
Need to move that off there as well. The other thing that happened was, so I got these fabrics, and I wanted to. I tried to get it in as a ½ metre make. Couldn't quite do it because I like a roomy bag. So the closest thing that I could come to help with that is, and these are the Giucy Giuce fabrics. If you've missed it, we did that quilt, which is behind me. I'm just dressing the set. Gemma said, come and dress the set and then put Beautiful Star up there for me. And then I got distracted and then the show didn't load. So I'm just sorting myself out now. This was the quilt. Have we sold the last one of those now?
I've managed to make one more kit. That's
Have
it.
you?
Yeah. in the warm colourway.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yeah.
So one of those things to show you are, this is part of tomorrow's show with Jane. She's going to show you how to use one of the new creative grid rulers. Lots of fun. Actually, they've arrived. They're in the hallway if anybody's interested in sending those out to people. And these are the fabrics. So we had these as mega bundles, and what mega bundles we have sold, and now you had your chance at a massive discount off a 5.5 metre fabric backing, and those of you that bought the quilt bought that. So we don't have all of these in very much volume at all, but I wanted to give you the chance because this is really masculine as well. It's perfect. It's totally generic. It's going to work either way. I Oda coated mine so that I can wipe it clean. And also it was a great excuse because, again, a lot of you asking for Oda coating tutorials. How many of you say to me, oh yes, I've got Oda coat, but I'm too scared to use it? No.
And once you do, you'll never stop using it.
Well, no, quite.
I put that off for a while.
Exactly. And then when you realise how easy it is, like, oh, okay, no, that's fair enough. There's going to be, if you're a member, if you're on the members site, and if you're not a member, you can sign up via the website or go directly to Natasha McCarty Designs. And I'm just adding lots of little how-to videos, and then you get at least a make a month. And so you've got simple bag holders and things up there already. And away we go. What are you giggling at?
That.
Oh, is it Mabel growling? Brilliant. Also, if you're part of the members group, then you have got the tutorial for the tiny little key ring bag.
Purse.
That one.
Little Percy thing.
Little Percy thing.
Yeah.
You've also got that tutorial on there as well. That's all free with the template to download as well, which is attached as a PDF. Right. Gosh, I feel like there's a lot of housekeeping to do today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other things to tell you are, now Gemma said to me, Natasha, are you sure you've got the right size? I tagged the wrong blinking size, didn't I? It's a big one, Gemma. We've got one of these Creative Grids cutting mats. Now, I have one of these in Cornwall, and we use another one of these in our warehouse every day.
Would you?
On the shows, actually, we've got both of these. We've got this one and the blue one in the warehouse, haven't we? We've got both in the warehouse.
Yeah, opposite sides of the desk.
Now, if you do not have space for a 36-inch by 24-inch mat, it's a big one. It's the dream. This is the dream. This is as big as they come, basically. I think there's one that's double this. This is like 100 quid somewhere, but I don't know where. Otherwise, can I really, really, really recommend this? This is 17 inches by 23 inches. So what you are going to be able to do on this sort of size is, of course, cut directly off the bolt. That's why having 24 inches somewhere in it is so important, so that you can lay stuff off and cut it off the bolt, having enough space either end. So, I mean, obviously, if you've got the bigger mat, then you're going to be able to cut 0.5 metres and all of that. This, you've got 17 inches across, but these are brilliant. So the difference between the two mats, this is not a self-healing mat. And when I use it, you'll hear me cut in a minute on the blue mat. This kind of comes up and meets the blade, and you get a lovely, clean, crisp cut. Now on the grey one, the Creative Grids one, that is a self-healing cutting mat, which is the normal one, really. What I love about this is that all my Creative Grids rulers line up absolutely over the top of it. It's perfect. And yeah, so self-healing. So you cut through it and then it heals again.
Which is magic, isn't it?
It's all magic, yes. The technology is there. It is one of the best self-healing cutting mats I have ever come across, which is why we stock them.
And then just to be extra specially super magic, just to accompany that perfectly, Natasha.
Yes.
We have the Fiskars Trigger Rotary Cutter.
Perfect.
Which is, the staple, isn't it?
It's like this one. Oh no, it's the trigger one, isn't it?
Trigger one, yes, the one I've got. And I love it very much.
I've been using this in all sorts. So, and my hammer. I've got the lot out today.
Yes.
There is a lot going on. we're going to make this.
So yeah, we've got those on a cracking deal, those Fiskars
Perfect.
cutters. So
Perfect.
it's quite nice to have a new rotary cutter, isn't it?
I always have more than one. And that, well, since that time, do you remember when I drove down to Cornwall,
Yeah.
forgot all my Fiskars rotary cutters, and then had to go and buy a substandard one. And predominantly then I went on to cut myself.
Yes, and also we're quite cross.
There were words you couldn't say in church.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
It's the first thing I buy someone who starts sewing, actually.
It's a good
It's
one.
a good mat
A
and a
good
good
one.
rotary cutter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As it should be. It absolutely should be. Please may I have a copy of these said instructions?
Yeah, of course.
Because I need to remember
can.
the cutting on this.
I'll be honest, you're going to have the scruffy version. Don't let everyone see it because it's got writing all over it. It's the proof copy.
It's only
one that
so
Jane
that
scribbly diddled all over.
it's only so that I can remember my measurements. I love seeing these when these come off the printer and I'm like, we did this.
Yeah,
We made this.
we did. Oh, Sharon says, morning all. How do I
Morning.
join the club? Thanks.
Right. So Natasha McCartyDesigns.com is where it is. But if you can't spell McCarty, not many people can. McCarty, no H. And I'm not McCartney. I'm not married to Paul.
Oh,
No,
no.
bit olden. No, not married to him. So just makes me think of vegetarian sausages for some reason. Paul McCartney. That was Linda McCartney's his wife, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where was I? Yes. So, oh yes, or you can go on the website. And on the website, where do they find it, Gemma?
There's a rolling banner. Scrolling across.
Across the top of the
Yeah,
website.
across the top of the
So
website.
it says Make It Monday. Or
Yeah.
is it the one with all the deals on?
Textile Tuesday, etc. And then you'll see one that says Natasha McCarty Designs. You can click the left button, which says Standard Membership, or the right button that says Premium Membership.
So your
What's the
standard
difference?
membership is $6.99 a month, which is the cost of one of our patterns a month.
It is.
All of these are digital patterns, so they're all, when I say that, what I mean, it's a little bit misleading to call them digital patterns. They're all digital videos, so you just download them and watch them. You can download and print off what you will need and any templates. That comes with every single one. But so many of us are visual learners, and instead of having like these shows, where yes, we do finally get to demo, but there's a little chat and stuff in between.
Yeah.
If you just want to concentrate just on the demo, then that's where you find it. We are adding to the how-to list. Someone sent us a great long list of all the how-tos they want added, which I'm working my way through slowly. And so we're just, Jane's done one on binding, all sorts of things up there, and we're adding to it, like I say, all the time. So you start off with a really inexpensive subscription, and that stays the same for the life of your membership. I'm not going to put that up. Eventually the cost of the membership will have to go up because there'll be so much more content on there. But as long as you stay with us, you keep that price. I think that's only fair. Now, if you decide to go for the premium membership, which is £10 more a month, $16.99, you also get a code that gives you £10 off Natasha Makes when you shop with us. Fabrics, haberdashery, anything that is Natasha Makes from us, then you'll get that that 10% off. So lots of you using that and making use of that. It's a good one. So it is incredible value for money. So last week we did 5.5 metres of fabric, and for anybody normally shopping, it was £87.45. It
was.
For those of you that were members, you had the chance to buy that last week at $49.99.
Incredible.
So you had a
incredible.
£37 saving, over £37 saving. So that's sort of thing for you, £6.99 a month. So that's the sort of thing that you'll be getting through that membership. NatashaMcCartyDesigns.com. Now, the question is, Gemma, which colourway do I make this new one in? Do you know what? I thought this would also look rather fabulous in all the tulas as well.
Oh, it totally would.
It's going to take 2.5 metres of fabric. So if you want to use your 1/2 metre heavens, you can do that as well. It's up to you. The digital version is there ready to go. Decisions. I'm just checking which ones to do.
Well,
oh, Gemma.
Your Giucy Giuce you can use, and you could get 2 of them, couldn't you, Tash?
Yes, because I've done a deal on them for you today.
SJ surpassed herself with her code,
Oh no.
so I'm just written it up for you so it can just sit on the screen.
Thanks, SJ.
Why do a little simplistic code when you can do one like this?
What the heck is that?
Buy one, get one half price Sleuth. No, she's gone with it. It's just quite wordy.
At this point, I'm just going to show you. I've got 2 of these left. Although I think I have to put my finger across there.
Yeah, we can't say the word. Please don't put the
Quilting.
word. Please don't put the word
Because
in
it's
the
wrong.
chat. Because if you do, then we might get shut down off this, and we don't want our screen to die today.
No.
That'd be not good.
No. It's already been wobbly enough as it is starting
Yeah.
off. So yeah, if you'd like one of those, I've got 2 left. I found them, Gemma. I'm still finding stuff from the move. Do you know what else I found?
What else you find?
This! The sewing knowledge one as well. Can we go overhead?
Oh yeah, of course we can.
So if you are buying a ½ metre of the Sleuth and you want to have another ½ metre at half price, so you can do, so it brings it down to a lining price effectively,
Yeah.
then it just looks like she's lent on the keyboard,
I
doesn't
know.
it?
Yeah, it does a bit. We love you, SJ.
But next time can we suggest the code? Buy one, get one, half price Sleuth.
BOGOHPSLEUTH.
Very. Oh, is it me?
Oh, it might be. She's got woolens on.
I've got my
She's
woolies
wearing
on.
her woolens.
What happens if I do that?
Let's see if that helps.
Ah.
Go and have a listen to us, Jane. See if she
Now
still
we
sounds
have
rustly.
sound. We have rustly sound.
Yeah. I mean, better than no sound, isn't it?
Is it you? Wait, hang on. What's happened to yours?
I mean, Mabel's having a growl now.
Running stitch, hemming stitch, cat stitch, basing stitch, slip stitch, overcast stitch, invisible stitch, back stitch. Love this. When to notch and where to clip. Love a notch and a clip. Decoding pattern markings. It's all on there.
Oh, lovely, SJ. The Sleuth discount code is on the banner and on the homepage and all the product pages, so you can copy and paste it to make it easier. Bless you, my sweet. That's
What,
perfect.
rather than just giving
we're
everyone
only
an easy
pulling
code.
Your leg.
Alrighty then. Are we less rustly now? Right, so you could, should we have a quick rundown of these fabrics? I don't know if all of them are quite still available because I know they have been selling.
Pat says, can you use the electric scissors with rulers?
You can, but it's not as accurate.
Yeah, you're not going to get it in close, are you?
No.
No, I wouldn't.
I'll show you case in point in
Yeah.
a minute. All right, when we decide what fabric we're going to go for. This is the one that looks like dragonfly wings. How gorgeous are they?
Beautiful.
So we could use one of those. Oh my gosh, is that all we've got left of the red letters? I've got a few more in that. Oh, I might go with that one and the blue one. Might do a completely different colourway today. I've used that one as my lining, Gemma. I did have ½ metre of that one, just in case you need to take that off.
Okay.
Can't believe how little we've got of that one. Oh my goodness. Now, the splatters. Oh no, they're spatters, not splatter. Is that right? Spatter.
Spatter.
Yeah, I put an L in there because, you know, dyslexic.
Yeah,
They-
you and Jane liked the word splatter. I said SJ. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had this conversation. SJ was like, oh no.
It's not, it's spatter,
We've
not
all called them
splatter.
splatters and
We've
then
all
they've
called it splatter.
Set ourselves off.
That'd be great. Imagine if you had a painter decorator friend and you did them a lunch bag out of that.
Amazing.
That would just make me laugh a lot.
It has a Cruella de Vil
That
vibe.
one.
we
Yeah,
said
like
last
a
week,
credit.
didn't
Yeah,
it?
there is. You could do outside in one, inside in the other.
Amazing.
Love these. So they are your spatter, not splatter. Gemma, were we able to load any of these by the ½ metre?
Yeah.
Have we? Oh, I rather like that. These were the ones with the dragonflies and everything on. So these are from, I mean, I know we've sort of taken a bit of a look at these from Giucy Giuce, but we didn't have them all available by the ½ metre at that point.
I mean, we literally got like 1/2 metre of some, that being a
Right,
case
like
in
this
point.
one?
Yeah.
That's why we've got only a 1/2 metre in. Love it. Fabulous. So that's the one I made my bag out of. What's that even called? They've all got weird names.
Lie detector, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or
it is
the
a lie
lie.
detector one.
Yeah, the lie, I think it's called.
Now, you see, I did wonder whether or not to line it in that, but I really like the dragonfly one. So I did. I thought that would actually be lovely on the outside. Decisions. I mean, you can just buy a metre if you want.
Yeah, you'll still get your second half metre, half price.
Yeah, of course you can. These are the fingerprint ones, but they're not called fingerprint. What are they called? Something
Walls.
else. Walls. You know, like the whirl. Are they whirls or walls?
Walls.
Walls.
WHORLS. It's the circular bit of your fingerprint, isn't it?
Oh, look, I've got it in a lovely aubergine colour too. Or plum, I think they call it. I've also got this, which to me looks like Morse code. Makes me think of
Yeah, Dotty.
Morse. Do you remember Morse?
Yeah, I love Morse.
And they always had the Morse code at the beginning. They don't make it like that anymore.
We love Morse. And I loved
Love Morse.
Endeavour as well, and they've stopped Endeavour now
Oh,
too.
come on.
I know.
Now, but then who was the Scottish one? There was a Scottish detective
Lewis.
as well. No,
Oh, hang
no. There was a series. Because I was just thinking about it because we've got the little signs that say murder. And it always sounds better if you say it in a Scottish accent. And I couldn't remember who it was. One of our viewers will know exactly who I mean, exactly what I'm talking about. Here's your lie detector in the other two colourways, by the way. Got it in this lovely terracotta as well. This is quite a good one actually as well. And this looks like, do you remember the lines of paper you used to have at school? If you did physics or anything like that, I always used to be on like a blue tinty paper.
Yeah, it did. Taggart.
Taggart, that's it, murder. It was always murder.
Apparently there's still a hissing sound, but it's not as bad. Just going to iron out this cable.
Oh, is it your cable?
I don't know. Sometimes it's this cable, isn't it? It gets a bit cross.
A cross cable.
Oh, Sue thought we'd lost sound again, then she realised she'd caught the pause button with a ruler.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah, don't pause or mute us.
I'm just trying to decide what colourways to go with. And you can too, because you can Boggo HP Sleuth.
Nice work, SJ.
Bogo! Hup,
We're
sleuth.
very excited. We've got the office child in the house this week, haven't we?
Yeah.
She's
Good
in for
job.
me on Wednesday.
Yay! Is she in as well another day? I want to say yes.
She's going to pop and see us tomorrow afternoon.
Good
She'll
job.
be teching from afar in the morning.
Oh. I've got to, Gemma, I don't know which one to go for today, so I'm just going to put some, I'm going to
Look at
shortlist a
this
few.
enormous pile of fabrics. My word.
I know.
Marie says, Natasha, hi from Sunbury, Australia.
Hi.
Does the club enable shipping to Australia?
Not at the moment. We are in discussions about shipping. We need to get shipping right in the UK first. It's a constant bugbear that we have, if I'm completely honest. In the new year, we start with a different courier. We've tried various couriers now and Parcel Force. We are hopeful. And this is the thing. We are hopeful that in the new year we can get a courier who actually has an easy system.
Yeah.
They don't all do what they said they're going to do on the tin, let
No.
me tell you.
Right.
And it's really boring, and it's all the back end of what happens here that you guys don't need to know about. We put on a smile for you, and then inside we want to...
Scream quite loudly. Yeah.
We have those days.
Yes, we do.
We have those days
We do.
when couriers don't do what they say they're going to do.
No.
So let us get a great service here.
Yeah.
And off the back of that, but we have started talking to couriers about international. And if they can get here right,
Yeah.
then I would be happy to send it out to all of you. But what I would say is that we started the subscription and membership so that those of you from abroad can easily access patterns and things like that.
Because the subscription is a digital subscription.
It's all digital, so it's available to anybody, anywhere in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, all of that.
Which is the beauty of it.
Tis. I'm going to put these back on the shelf because I don't have too many of these ones, so I'm not going to demo in that. But you see, some of these didn't go into the kits. I do love that blue. I don't have very much that. Oh, I do like that one. Oh, Gemma. It's a tricky one.
Oh, Claire Angelina says she's sending a parcel to the USA and she's currently on day 9, but it's still at the depot in the UK. And this is the point.
Okay,
you know.
so actually on that point, we've had your not your advent calendars, your calendars for next year come in from Lisa. They have been at the depot since the 5th of December.
Yeah.
This morning, I got the paperwork through to pay the duties.
Yeah.
This morning, and they've been there since the 5th. So that's all paid and they're delivering tomorrow, so we can then get your cards out. As long as they deliver to the correct place. You see, I have to then give that price. As long as they actually deliver where we are,
Correct.
then that's great.
So we had the intention of getting those out ages ago, but
Yeah, of course
when
we
they
did.
sit in customs for 2 weeks before they even bother to send us the paperwork.
To say they're here.
have to
And we
pay
knew they were here.
our duty.
That was the really annoying thing. And
Yeah.
every night I've been on the phone to Lisa going, it's here. I can see it's here. That looks rather
You
nice.
can't
again
even
as well.
chase them, can you?
Nope.
It's not a thing. They won't.
Nope.
They won't allow it. There's
Nope.
no system for that.
There's nothing. There's nothing. It's really hard. So this is why I always say, yes, we are looking into it. We haven't forgotten you. We know that you want it. We want to be able to do it for you as well. But we want to be able to do it well. Because otherwise, we all want to cry. All of us.
Oh,
Gemma, I've shortlisted in my
beautiful.
favourite colourways. There'll be no surprise here. They're all blue tones.
Let's go overhead so everyone can see those. I will tell you, however, Tash, that over on
What?
YouTube, Cynthia's joined us. She
Ohio!
says, greetings, I'm looking forward to making all the goodies, cookies and candles this week, or candies this week.
Oh, wow.
If I start too soon, they'll disappear too soon when anyone passes by. So she's got to time it right. And Claire Williams says, morning ladies, regarding the subscription, what should I do if I haven't received a confirmation email?
Then you tell info@natashamakes.com.
Well, in fact, SJ's been very helpful. She said, can you email info@natashamccartydesigns.com?
Oh, yeah, that goes straight through
And
to
then you
Josh and
get
he'll
that
sort it out.
straight through to the membership team, don't you? Which is perfect.
Sometimes it goes into spam, but we can check, and we can check. So we had a lady the other day, it had gone through to her, she'd signed up with a different email address to the one she thought she'd used. So it was sitting unopened. We can see that it's been delivered and we can see it hasn't been opened.
Yeah.
So we were able to advise her that actually she just need to look into the email account that she signed up with, and it was there.
Perfect.
So there's all sorts of reasons, but you know, we are like little sleuths,
We are.
and we get to the bottom of it.
Tash, I'm looking forward to seeing you make this.
Yeah, me too. It's not a quick one.
No.
So are we all sitting comfortably
gonna
because I'm
crack
about
on.
to begin? But with which fabrics? Do we have a choice? What do we think? I think they'd all work nicely.
They do. This is the problem. This is why I'm suddenly,
You're
bit
suddenly
lost.
quiet, which is tricky for me.
Oh, Wendy, that was quick. She says, I've received my quilt bundle for the quilt on the wall and the material is beautiful.
But
Thank you
there-
for speedy delivery.
there you go.
That is this fabric collection. If anyone's wondering which fabric she's talking about, these
This
ones.
one.
And they are beautiful. They really are.
Whoops.
But there's one more quilt kit left. It's the last one. I've re-enlivened that deal from last week. So if someone wants it, that's it. There will be no more.
Now, can we cut with rulers with the scissors? I'm going to show you the closest that you can get to it. And that is putting your ruler down and using it as a guide.
So if you just want to
So
chop
you've
a bit off
got-
your bolt,
Yeah, and you want it straightish.
yeah, perfect. But if you need accuracy,
You've got to go rotary cutter.
Yeah.
And if you need if you're not great with a rotary cutter, get a creative grid stripology ruler, and then you are
Correct.
going to be able to cut that. Brilliant. These are absolutely fab for cutting your wadding, anything like that. Yeah, because we get stuff off big bolts and things, and we want to. So that makes our life a lot easier. But they are very, very easy to use. For example, all your fabrics are cut from us with electric scissors. There just is no way that we would have the time to line up with a ruler, diddle, 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 diddle. And what we've actually done with one of our mats, we've got a groove now at the 20 inch line, and we always cut to 20 inches, which is more than a half metre. so that if anything is slightly offset where it's been wound onto the bolt, there is that compensation already added into how much you get. So we try to be fair.
Yeah,
We like to be fair, don't we, Gemma?
we do.
Right, should we crack a lack on with this? If you are, and I'm going to show you both ways, which is why that's why I've had to be careful with the fabrics I've chosen today, Gemma. If you have got a directional one, and as my daughter said, that's a numbers fabric, mummy.
She's not wrong.
It does have numbers on it and it has words on it. Then you are going to want to cut slightly differently to if you've got a non-directional. Now, I know this is meant to be probably Morse code, meant to probably be, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to cut it this way so that I get a great long swathe of it. So let's crack on. So the cutting is exactly the same for the, in terms of what we're going to be cutting. It's just how we cut it. If you're using a directional fabric, you'll end up with the same size. So the end result needs to be the same size. So let's... Are there any other questions? I feel like we've had like sewers question time this morning.
No, it's fine. We have got another comment here that Jane received her cosy fabric Saturday lunchtime and had a cowl made by tea time and loves it.
Ah,
the
yes.
cowl instructions are digital.
Digital,
They're
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We do have one unit of each of the colours, I think.
Is that it?
Yeah.
When you say in terms of the colours, do you mean...
One blue, as in the lovely jumbo ribbed fleece, minky fleece.
Right.
Yes.
So one in the rich blue and one...
Yeah.
I've got this one to hand.
And it's super snuggly, it's beautiful.
Emily went to school in hers this morning and then told them all that she had a sore throat. She doesn't have a sore throat. Had a sore throat so that she didn't have to take it off.
Oh,
I'm
bless
like,
her. She's such
I
a
see
maid.
that. Sneaky. Right, so let's have a look, shall we? In terms of the cutting,
and you get 2 out of your metre, don't you, on the cowl front hash, I think, with the minky fleece. They buy a metre, they cut half across the width, I think it is. Pretty sure it was half metre, so you get 2 out of your metre. I'm going to double check the pattern while you're chopping.
I think you might be
I love it. We've been asleep since then, haven't we?
Dunno. Right, so in the instructions, if you are cutting with a non-directional fabric, so it's not going to matter.
Yeah, it's half a metre, so when you're buying your metre, you'll get 2. Good, I hope.
But you could do one of the scarves and one of the, and like several of the cowls, couldn't you? Gemma's just agreeing with me.
I think, well, it says half a metre for the cowl, but yeah.
So I'm just going to cut one great long bit of it. Great long bit. So this is going to be my lining. So I'm going to put that to one side. And then I also need that's going to be one side piece. And then this is going to be another side piece. So you're best to cut great big chunks, really. So today we are going to do this from scratch. We will try and get through it as quick as we can. All right.
Excellent.
So that's what we're going to have left over from our half meat. It was so close, Gemma, to being able... Have I done with the other bit of it? Anyway. To being able to get it all out of one bit. But not quite.
Close but no cigar.
Close but no cigar, yeah, exactly that. So then out of this one, And again, you're just going to have to check which way round makes sense for your pattern. But here it just means that I'm going to cut this one across the 20 inches and see where we get from there. So I'm just going to cut this into 8.5 inch strips. And then we chunk it down from there. It's a technical term, that, Jem. If you are odor coating, and I odor coated the one that we've got the sample out of, if you are odor coating, then that's fabulous. Just be aware that, oh, see, classic, didn't quite check, still got some of the selvage on there. Let's see if we can get away without having to use it, shall we?
I'm going to lose it into a seam.
Gonna try, not gonna lie, gonna try. So let's do our side pieces here. And that's the thing that you can do often, isn't it? Is just lose it into a seam. Right, so this is what I needed to just check. If I'm going to have two. Right. So let's have a little look. So I'm doing all my cutting from scratch for you. Can I? Oh, yes, I can just squidge that out of there. This is all very good news. So, because this is directional fabric, I want one side to come down like that, and then the other will go up the other side like that. And then along the bottom, how big is my one along the bottom? And I'm going to sew these together really quickly before I confuse myself. I have my walking foot on. You don't need it. I still had it on from something else. So I kept it on just for now. So let's very, very quickly just sew these together. So right sides together, making sure that we've got our directionals all correct. They're all the same width. Every single piece is the same width, just so that it made it easy, just for cutting really. You can just cut them as strips. And away we go. Is that better? That's a better angle. I've been filming, you see. So all my things are just at a slightly different angle. Okay, so let's then sew this, and I'll show you that now all the directions are the right way. I love a walking foot, but they're always a bit noisier. If you have odor coated, and I did odor coat mine, then just be careful if you are pressing. I would say to finger press. But now what happens is you're going to come down there, go along the bottom, doesn't really matter which way around that is, and then on the other side as you come up, you've got it all correct. You can, I'm going to just pop that, you can press that open, should you wish. But because I haven't got this odor coated, I can. And it doesn't sew up any differently if you've got it odor coated. That's always people's worry, I think. Now, these are the sides. So when we do these, they'll be right sides together. And actually, it's almost easier to tell because you're going to sew down, and when you get 1/4 of an inch off, just stop. And I tend to come down both sides and then go along the bottom. It's just, for me, it just makes it a little bit easier. Not quite sure if that makes any sense, but it does. Bear with, it will. Just going to press that seam open. But you've got actually the seam as a guideline when you start to sew as to where to stop if you do it that way around. So right sides together. You can pin it if you like. It's up to you. I would be pinning, Gemma, if I had my pins anywhere. What have I done with my pins?
Oh, there's some in your pyramid that you made the last week. There's some pins there, look.
Oh, here. Do you know what else I'm going to do? Before I do anything else, interface it. Let's do the interfacing. Now, with the interfacing, actually, this is how I work everything out. This is my maths here. Emily drew a bow tie, and she also said, I've sounded this out. What does it say? Into the that's studio, SHOODOW. She's 5. She's writing her sentences.
Yeah.
You will have the best of Mimi's pictures yet, is what she meant to write.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's all. Anyway, we don't need that.
Nothing says working mum. Hey.
That's life, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's life. She's so excited to be learning to read and write. She's wanted to do it ever since she realised what it was, or she could pick up a pen.
So lovely.
And she doesn't stop.
No, she is cute, Auntie Lizzie. I mean, she has her moments of not being cute, but on the whole, she is cute.
She's gone in today with her, like I say, with her thingy on, her cuddle cow, because the cuddle cow comes in 4 different sizes. So she's got the kids' size. And I went into school today, and they're like, "Well, Emily, you've got to get into a costume anyway." She said, "Oh, I'm cold." And they're like, "That's fine. You've got to get into a costume anyway." She's in the nativity. I said, "Oh, great." I said, "Do you need any help with any of the costumes?" "No, it's fine. She's a cow." I was like, "Oh, all right, okay, good-o." And the teacher looked at me and she said, "I've got girls. They're often cows, but actually, your one's all right." Brilliant. Thanks for that.
Oh,
And just go, "Okay, going now. Bye. Enjoy my child."
Sue says, "I'm totally in love with one of your half-metre heaven fabrics. Would it still be possible to buy it by the metre?" Which one is it, Sue? Have a look.
We does not know.
No, we does not know.
Right.
Dang does not know.
No.
And Christine says, "Little Miss looked lovely in her cowl."
Little Miss Mischief. She loves it.
She fell in love with that
absolutely
fabric,
loves it.
though.
Yeah, she did. There's no two ways about it. She did. Gemma sent me a message in the night.
Oh, I don't even know what this is now. It could be one of many, many messages in the night. I've worked many hours before I got here today. To me, it's like mid-afternoon right now.
And the message from the night was, "Hang on a minute. Why is the interfacing ½ an inch shorter?"
No, it was just to confirm
Just to
that
confirm.
it should be.
So
Yeah.
basically, in Gemma's head, what she was doing was, "I'm going to really subtly check that Natasha hasn't lost her mind and actually means this."
I'm assuming it's taking bulk out your seams.
Exactly that.
There we go. But I just wanted to say,
No, it's perfect.
and I wanted to make sure it said it in the instructions, when you discover that it's ½ an inch short both ends, that is correct.
And it does say that it will be in the instructions.
Yes.
So do not panic about that. Because when this is sewn together, I want it to be able to be done on all machines. Because, we're lucky, we've got Whizzy Fabulous machines. Gemma, did you ever do a show where I whipped out my grandmother's 60-year-old Singer and went, let's check it can be done on any machine?
Yeah, I think we have.
We've done those shows before. Right. So. And I'm just going to increase my stitch length and we're going to interface these. So these are my side pieces here. And they're going to be the same width. But top and bottom, just to make it a little bit easier, there's going to be 1/4 inch. Can you see? Just spare there. There on the stair. And the same is here. And then we're just going to baste within, you can increase your stitch length and go, but just make sure that you are basting within your 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then this one here, yay! And it does exactly that. It's just to reduce your bulk. Whoops. And this is where you suddenly sit down and you go, gosh, you know when we have interfacings that are iron on? Aren't they so much easier? Yes, yes they are. But there is a time and a place for this kind. And it's now. Isn't that right, Jim? Yeah. She's all quiet.
Just chuckling to myself. I was just messaging Sue about the fabric that she likes.
Can we do it? Can we?
Well, it's one that we haven't done by the 1/2 metre. It was one you specifically got in for 1/2 metre heavens, but I can check the bolt after the show.
Which one was it? I might know.
That beautiful main floral of the bell. The one I sent you and said, we need to buy this, and you said, funnily enough, it's already on its way. The tan and black. The tan floral.
Oh, the big floral one. Yeah, I think we've got that. We can, yeah we can certainly double check.
Yes, I've just asked how much she liked. Claire Angelina says, the combination of pride and annoyance when your child is a little angel for everyone else and a little terror at home. We all know that one?
There is that thing, isn't there, where you just kind of go, oh, come on.
But the reality is, their terror is in their own home because it's their safe space and they can.
Mm-hmm.
As a parent, you go, really?
We'll keep telling ourselves that.
I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve this.
Do you know, it's funny that, because I had a conversation with my dad about my daughter the other day, and he said I deserved all of it. that was his take on it, and he's like, your mother and I just watch from afar and smile. Like, thanks, Dad.
Wow.
And he's like, yes, you deserve everything that you get from your daughter, because peas and pod.
Nice, is it?
Yeah.
Auntie Lizzie said, I saw a post today about being fully aware that picking one's favourite child is supposed to mean picking one of your own.
Oh.
We do pick one of our own, just they have fur and paws.
The skin dogs.
Yeah.
Skin dogs and fur babies.
Yeah.
I've just run out of bobbins, so I'm just going to sort that situation. Yeah.
No, seriously though, the furry children are quite often the least trouble. They really are.
Although...
And the most apologetic, actually.
Talking of the fur babies, the 1/2-ton fur baby out in the field, I've got a racehorse staying with me at the moment. Ex-racehorse. He's rehabbing with me. Chester, his name is. Lovely Chester. And Chester does not know how to be a horse because he's never been a horse. He's gone from the racetrack to the gallops, to his stable, to the menage. That's all he's ever done.
Bless him.
And when they've tried in the past to put him out in a field, he's jumped the 5-bar gate and just gone back and stood outside his stable. Not normal horse behaviour, they should be able to live as part of a herd, and that should be their safe space. So he's been sent to me where he's never been in a stable, so he's got nowhere to jump to. And he has had to learn to be a horse. Now we're 2 months, he came 1st of October, didn't he, Chester? He's lovely. He's basically like a large lap dog. Half a ton of ginger lap dog. He's a beautiful chestnut. And yeah, but...
So I'll do my best. Carry on.
In his learning to be a horse and live with my herd. So basically, it's like, you know when you see a lot of these dog shows, dog training shows and stuff like that, and the pack does the work. If they have a really healthy pack, they'll put the other dogs right. They'll teach them. And I have a really healthy herd of horses. It's my excuse for having more than one.
Sausage is quite often a nice companion as well. The sausage being a good companion.
Yeah, when Sausage isn't free-ranging himself.
He's a free-range sausage.
He is a free-range sausage. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I found him in the back garden the other day, just having a nice time.
Excellent.
Mabel was
I
thrilled.
still maintain he belongs in the house.
I'm sure he will. There are
He'd have a full
tales.
bedroom if he would live with me.
He'd be in a bunk bed.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I'd
sure.
get him up in the mornings. I'd brush his teeth. I'd make him breakfast. Like
You would as well. I know you would.
he'd have a lovely life.
So the only thing, Chester's done really well. He's done so well. He has settled in incredibly well, and he now knows how to be a horse. The horses, so my well-adjusted herd have taught Chester how to be a horse, and he is now being a horse very well.
Excellent.
Although in being a horse very well, I don't rug mine. You see, they all live out as naturally as you possibly can.
Yeah.
But obviously there are exceptions, and oldies or ones that are used to being stabled.
Yeah.
Which means he's trashed the rug. I mean, it's trashed.
Oh, bless him.
Totally trashed. And his owner took a look at it and she went, it's nearly Christmas. Do I really want to be buying him a new rug? I'm like, leave it with me.
We will repair.
We will see what we can do. So the bond and repair came out. I was like, well, we're going to be trying that one, aren't we? See what happens there. I'm just going to base this. And the ripstop fabric, the lightweight ripstop fabric.
Yes. There's all sorts you can bodge with, isn't there, eh?
Yeah. And do you know what else? Where he'd taken the filling out, a bit of H640 came into play.
Excellent.
And he now has a fully functional rug.
A patchwork rug of sorts.
Well, I mean, he's got like camo go faster stripes.
Brilliant.
And I'm sure that all the other horses are just laughing at him. But, do you know what? Keeps
Auntie
the rain
Lizzie
off.
wants to come and stay with me now. Now she's realised that, you know, if I'd look after a horse that well. Julia says that Emily would love to have sausage in the house as well. She's quite right, Emily would love to have sausage in the house.
Yes.
And Auntie Lizzie wants to know if you put any cave flowers on his rug. I mean, that would have
I
been
should have done.
spectacular, wouldn't it?
I'm going to say that Chester has, you know, he's had the mick taken out of him enough from the other horses without that being the case.
Without an over-exuberant rug.
Of flowering him up. Yeah. Just saying. So you can see that this is coming down to my seam line there. If at this point you just want to snip in at that seam, just 1/4 of an inch, same there, then you can. But we are going to, don't ask me how I've blunted those scissors.
No.
Do you know how?
Is it Mabel's beard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Slash
were
ears,
Maud's
slash-
Ladybeard
yeah.
ones, but yeah, Mabel has been playing in the fields. So we're going to make this easy because this is, again, this is a way that some people feel uncomfortable with fabrics. If it were just me and I was just, oh actually, it's going to really help if I put it on a shorter seam allowance, but there we go. I'm going to, at some point we're going to go across the middle. But actually I'm going to just bring it round and we'll sew down this other outside edge. And this is, it's like a cheats way of doing it. It's the quickest way of doing it. There might be a purist somewhere, Gemma, frowning at me. Ask me if I care. The thing is, no one should be pulling your work apart, right? To see how it was put together. As long as everything is sewn together, it really doesn't matter. So now what we've got is this seam here, which is just easy to flip and then sew along the bottom of.
Great, yeah.
Okay, and what you can see is that we're not going through lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of layers because we kept that quarter of an inch.
Nice.
All right, so we can now go along and do that. We're going to do that on all sides. So you can see, just looking there, that's one of the sides done.
It's making a box.
Making a box, making a cardboard box. I'm living in a box. I sing these things to my children and they just look at me.
Vacant expression going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although, we went down to Cornwall, did a fleeting visit to Cornwall. Oh, I've come undone. And Freddie and I sang. Emily slept because I got her up early, and Freddie and I sang the whole 4 hours. It was a beautiful thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. I thought it was a beautiful thing anyway. And I was very proud that he knows such songs as Hammer Time.
It's an important part of educating our children, isn't it? It's the lyrics of yesteryear.
I think it is very important.
I've been teaching Gemma some more, my stepdaughter.
Huh?
I've been teaching my stepdaughter Gemma some more. And she keeps like TikToking herself, singing these things. I mean, she has the voice of a fallen angel.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
So, yeah, she'll send me a video of herself howling away. And her mum just keeps appearing going, why are you singing songs from my youth? Gemma has corrupted me.
It is amazing though, isn't it, how many things you do actually remember. When we went to Camp Calling, didn't we, at the summer?
Yes.
And I can't remember what, DJ and MC Neat or something like that.
DJ Luck and MC Neat.
Yeah, with a little bit of luck.
With a little bit of luck.
We'll make it through the night. And I mean, I don't know when I last listened to that. I'm just going to do the same along the bottom there. I can't remember when I last listened to that at all. But Josh and I arrived with the kids. And we knew all the words.
Yeah.
And my friend's husband was there. And he was raving. He was proper raving. Now, you don't often see this man move that much. But he was
get you moving.
having a full-on rave. And it was a really beautiful thing. You just remember these things. Right, that is the main box done. It's all right, isn't it?
It's all right.
So actually, it's just the preparation, that prior and proper preparation preventing poor performance. There, I said it. I said all of it. Now, I'm going in with my other one. If you're just watching going, what? Go HP Sleuth. Yeah, S. Do you think HP just... HP? That was the cat. Do you think SJ just does this on purpose now? Do you think she does?
I think she puts a lot of time and thought into these.
Well,
and then we take the mick relentlessly.
Yeah, probably.
Which is a shame.
Which is a shame. She's used to it now. We love you, SJ.
Yeah,
we love you so much.
Do.
Please don't change.
So you're making your lining the same way then?
I'm making my lining exactly the same way, and all I'm doing is just putting that up against the side bit, up against, and just snipping in 1/4 of an inch to where it's going to be. Yeah, you don't have to. You can do it without, but Yeah. Gemma, are you all set for Christmas?
Do you know, more so than I have been any other year.
Really?
Yeah. I've
Oof,
got
well
the
done
vast
you.
majority of things all wrapped and stuff. Yeah. All good. I brought presents in today.
What?
That was good. Yeah.
Really?
The bag there for your kids. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, yeah.
That just fills me with a slight amount of fear. I'm not that organised. Right, I'm going to sew down there. I'm then going to spin it. I'm going to sew.
I've spent
Down
too
there.
many years up all night doing wrapping and...
It's gotta be me.
I think the low point was the year I was up until just shy of 5 a.m. finishing off my pin flare Christmas crackers. Just like, what are you doing, Gemma? Seriously. Undressing the table and what have you, and then I was back up again at 8 to switch the oven on. You know,
Can you just turn the oven on when you went to bed?
No, I didn't.
Would that not have made a bit of sense?
Yeah, but then I'd have had 3 hours of having the oven on and cost that wasn't necessary. But you know, it was insane, and
Get up, speak up, because
I know
I've got my loud foot on.
she's got a sprinting foot on. You know, you get to that point, don't you, where you think, hang on a minute, every year, what do? I wear myself out and then I'm fast asleep Christmas afternoon. This is not cricket. This is not how it should be. So no, this year, more organised.
Wow.
Hopefully less last-minute chaos. We'll see how that goes, shall we? You'll get messages from me in the early hours of Christmas Day morning going, so I had not considered X, Y and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll just forget to do other things that I normally do in advance. You watch.
I have a lovely, lovely friend, and she put a Facebook post up the other day saying that insomnia was a very lonely place. And I thought, I don't sleep that much. And then I suddenly realised it's not really a lonely place because I have you.
Yeah.
And so
exactly.
we just basically, because neither of us sleep, we just chat through the night.
Which is ridiculous.
Totally ridiculous. But it suddenly made me realise how lucky we are.
Yes. Or ridiculous we are. One or the other.
Yeah, well, lucky to have each other was where I was going.
Yeah, well, you know, that too.
I'm going to leave a hole in the base, turning through a gap in the base. Yeah, so it's not lonely for us. I was going to say sleep is the dream, but I don't know that that's the best analogy. Right, let's do the same down to the side, shall we? Yeah.
Making a box.
I'm making a box.
Well, it is, isn't it? Making 2 boxes.
And actually, quite quickly, now for those of you that are like, oh, well, I wouldn't do it like that. That's fine. You can just realign your seam and carry on sewing if you want, like I'm doing now. But that's for those of you that are confident to do that. If you're not confident to do that, don't do that. And if you do want to do it like this, stop sewing 1/4 of an inch before and then turn it and flip it. Yeah, I overheard one of the mums on the phone this morning. She'd done the drop off, and she's like, "No, it's not that I'm feeling anxious." I was like, "I think this time of year, most of us are."
But
However, yeah. But you love Christmas, though, don't you?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Christmas.
It must be awful to be one of those people that is responsible for making it all good if you don't actually like it. Right, let's go overhead and
it's
take a
already
look.
There
So,
we go.
we've done our lining, we've got our outer. We're going to spin this, turn this through the right way. There's my whoop, 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 turning through, get there, look. Oh, and let's pop it in there. Now, all the sides should be pretty much the same, but if you want to just match up your seams, then all is good. And then we're just going to sew around the top, like we were making a bag.
Yeah. Pins
So
are
these are
friend
all-
in this make, aren't they?
Sorry?
Pins are your friend in this make.
Do you know, they are all clips,
Yeah.
but I still haven't found my clips since the move, so Pins it is. And I go to the seams first. I match up the seams. Always match, and then infill if needed. But that also makes sure that you have actually sewn everything correctly, because then if you match up your seams and it's not baggy, then you know you're going to be okay going around. Yeah. So then whether you choose to or not is entirely up to you. I'm going to sew 1/4 inch all the way around. Let's go. And I tend to start
quickly, isn't it?
at a seam as well.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean the thing with this is the basic construction of it, nice and simple really. You've just got little fiddly bits. You've got the accessory bits that you then have to put on, and that's the bit. I went to bed last night thinking, I've nearly done it, this is fabulous. And then spent another hour writing up the instructions this morning just to finish off. But granted, I did also make a little video on how to use the thingamajiggy jobbies. What are we calling them? Poppers?
Metal snaps.
Metal snaps. So for those of you that have bought that from us and are still trying to work out, because the thing is that if people tell me they're not working, I've got to work out, is it user error? Is it the product? What is it that's not working? And how can it go wrong? So sometimes when I'm trying to do a how-to, it's almost preempting any little mistakes that might be made. Right, I've sewn around the top, all the way around the top, and then we turn it through the gap that we left in the bottom.
Natasha, if anyone didn't read their Friday newsletter, they'll have missed on all sorts of goodies.
Come on, tell me the goodies, because I didn't. Not often I do a naughty Facebook post and tell people.
You're busy.
We have rotary cutters. What else did we have?
We did. We also had. So we've had some Makawa 2 metre lengths that we've been selling at $14.99, haven't we?
Yes.
So less than the price of a metre.
Yes.
We added to those.
So
fabrics,
better than half price is what you're telling me.
Yeah, exactly that. So we added to those fabrics on Friday. That's going to get closed off today. So if
the Christmas fabrics.
Because they're Christmas fabrics. So we're talking about buying now, getting 2 metres for less than the price of a metre, ready for your stash for next year.
Right, here's the thing. Christmas fabric doesn't go off.
No.
Whilst what I'm doing here, by the way, just so that I can tell you this while we talk about Christmas fabrics, I'm just getting the seam on top. Now, in the instructions, I've said to arrange it so that the seam is on top and pin. What I mean is right at the top.
Like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got those, but in amongst those as well, Tash, was, because I know we have our Crazy Cat ladies, you and Jane are 2 of they.
What?
We had the Santa Paws Makawa Crazy Cat lady.
Christmas panel.
Advent panel.
Yeah, we did.
That's up as well.
Do you know what?
And again,
if Jane's listening, she might bring one through because we haven't shown this.
Oh. But it is an order today situation because we need to get those orders in so Makawa can get them to us.
Our supplier will get them to us tomorrow if we get the orders in today.
Exactly.
That's no problem. But their last postage day, because before they shut down for Christmas, is tomorrow.
Exactly.
So if you don't get your order in now, you're not going to get it.
So we're closing our orders off so that we get those fabrics in,
Yes.
and then we will put them into the system. When you'll get them is then in the lap of the
It's in
gods
the lap of the postal god.
the postage people.
Oh, here she comes. Hi,
But Natasha,
Jane.
you also did some amazing special buy 1 metre pre-cuts and K-Facet collected
I did.
ones as well.
I've been doing all these little things for you.
So it's really worth having a delve and a rummage round just to see these great deals because we have brought them to you throughout December. To be lovely.
Well, we know that December can be an expensive month,
We do.
but a bit of self-love. And also, you can always tell your other half that we do gift cards.
Oh, absolutely.
So if anybody is after a gift,
Yeah, that
and
last minute panic now of what on earth do I buy you?
what
People
sort of
say to you.
voucher do
And you
I
think,
buy?
well, I don't know what they can buy me. Actually, they can give me a Natasha Makes gift card.
Because that's where I shops.
Yep.
And I like
Exactly
to shops. Jane is just standing there like a
She is.
good un. Sorry, Jane.
Oh, and she's got more crazy cat lady fabric as well. Love it.
We say crazy cat lady in the nicest
If that's
possible
what
way.
you two are.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with that, Jane?
Yeah, self-confessed crazy cat lady, aren't you, Jane? Yeah.
just grabbed this as well. Thought it might take like it backs it beautifully, and I'm just going to. Oh, thank you, love. We'll show you in a minute. Jane's just cut them as well. Right. So, this is. We interrupt this television broadcast for a Crazy Cat panel. This is a super easy one to do, actually. I would, if it were me, and I have made several of these, I would get some Starville Fix, interface this onto, just hot iron onto your interfacing, onto your Starville, and it makes a great wall hanging then. Just really, really easy. So that is it. You've got instructions down there. And then you cut these. And you'll notice that this is the same as this one here. So you're going to press it so that turns under and you sew there. And then here, that gets folded under. You sew on the line, on that line, so that it produces a little pocket.
Perfect.
I mean, you have to sew that base line on first, and then you flip it and do it like that. But it's a lovely, easy one to do with your full instructions down the side, and you are good to go. And then, if you want to, I would bag it out with that. I wouldn't even bother binding it. I'd just bag it out with the scatter cats. Scatter Christmas cats. That's what I'd be doing. Happy Christmas, everybody. In fact...
What are you eyeing up now? She's got ideas. Can you hear that clunking noise in her head?
Well, no, it's just like my kids have all got an advent like that. But the biggest kid doesn't have one.
Oh.
The 6'4" kid doesn't have an advent calendar.
No.
So I am. Anyway, right. Should we say around the top?
Let's go round again. Yep. Yes, please.
Oh, Lo's on her way to Germany.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shock horror, I'm in a bar, she says.
Oh, what a surprise. Lo, Josh has had the hideous realisation that that you shut your orders at the 1st of December for Christmas Makes. He's like, oh no. I'd given Josh just ideas, you know. What he hadn't allowed for was the making time, because he's not a crafter. People learn, don't they?
Yeah.
And so it is, because I took some of these fabrics on Create and Craft, and the presenter said to me, first of all, he said, well, they're not going to get it in time for Christmas from us. Well, the thing is, Santa Claus does not go out of fashion. You don't have a Christmas where you say, oh no, Santa is so last year. That's not a thing, is it?
Nope, timeless.
Just not a thing.
And funnily enough, Christmas will come round again December next year.
It will.
And the year after, and the year after that.
If you are like Gemma and trying to not be taken by surprise, then you might want to start making your gifts now.
It's not
for
a bad
next year.
idea.
Right, so I've sewn and I've top stitched all the way. If you want to then sew up your turning through gap, wherever that may be, you can absolutely do that as well. Yeah, so just anybody that isn't used to being around the crafty people has a shock at just how early everybody starts making all these things and getting themselves organised.
Thing is, we're very good at planning makes and saying, well, I'll make this for so-and-so for Christmas, I'll make this for so-and-so for Christmas. But quite frankly, the minute summer's over, the craziness of onslaught that follows, and how, like, the night's drawing with being darker, and then you nod off, so you lose that bit of making time in the evenings. You really are best just to start as early as possible. Mm-hmm. Especially if you want to make a quilt for someone.
I haven't actually caught that seam at all. Can do it from that side.
There we go.
I've just put it down and gone, I thought I just sewed that up. Nope. There you go.
If you're going to do
Right.
it, it needs to be in a seam that's on the inside.
Yeah. Seamless. There we go. Right. You can't see that, can you? Nobody cares. Right. Okay. Let's then make... Let's finish this off, shall we? And this is just with the odds and ends now. So...
Oh, it's so lovely to see your premium subscribers, Tash, using their discount code.
It's what it's there for.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely what it is there for. And because it's one of those things, like you are loyal to us.
Yeah.
There are lots of places that you can spend your money, and there are businesses like ours closing left, right and centre.
Yeah.
So the more support that you give us, the more we will try and give back to you.
Absolutely. And some of you shop with us, you know, a lot.
On the regular, and we
And-
are so appreciative of that.
And I know a lot of you have sort of contacted us and said, but I can't afford not to do this subscription because the amount I'm going to save is massive versus the membership each month. And that's kind of the point, is it's Natasha's way of giving back to you and thanking you for being our supporters. That's where it's at.
It is that giving back, because we are slightly different from a shop. In a shop, it can be a bit faceless, can't it? But that's why I shop at the market, and because then I know everybody there. They know me. They know my dogs. I've seen my kids grow up. You know, we know each other. I'm looking for my 1/4 inch. Wait, here it is. I'm going to just tape one end of this and fold it over. This is my newfound favourite way to turn stuff through, is when that end is already turned over and fixed. There's nothing worse than trying to turn a seam under once it's sewn. So now if I can, I will do this. I shop them up because you're not a faceless person to them.
No.
And they appreciate. And actually that really showed for me during lockdown, because all of those market traders that I've gone to all the years, we looked after each other.
Yeah.
And it meant that when everybody else was panicking about getting food, I had a little drop-off point, and I could pick up and drop off food, and I could get food from my old neighbours next door. And I knew that I could get...
a box.
I bought lots of people boxes, because it was just...
Stuck in the house, couldn't go anywhere.
Nope.
I was completely
gonna
at the mercy
go-
of whatever could be delivered.
right sides together. Yeah, because at that stage you were...
Locked in for months.
Oh, yeah.
Getting cabin fever. It was a strange old feeling that was.
Do you know what?
To the
Strange
point
times.
where, you know, you're even told you mustn't put your bins out because
Really?
you're not to go to the end of your driveway.
Yeah. And I think
Bonkers.
fear is very debilitating anyway on the old
Very.
immune system. So I don't know. It's tricky, isn't it?
It wasn't the best time.
Was the best of times, was the worst of times. I think if you were one of the people that were furloughed, weren't in ill health, and had that lovely summer, happy days. Well done. It was a very mixed time for a lot of people, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Auntie
Right.
Lizzie's like me. She says, I can't sew once the sun goes down. I have been known to sew late into the night, but honestly, I'm so tired. Quite often, the sun goes down and my eyes drop. Literally, eyelids go down with the sun.
I am regularly
Nod off
lost
of an evening.
at about 8 o'clock in the evening. Where? And I'll get a little text on my phone saying, where are you? And I've fallen asleep reading the kids a bedtime story.
And that's it. And then we're awake half the night. Nocturnal.
Yeah. Where
Sharon
are
says,
you?
Natasha, I've signed up for the standard subscription.
Thank you.
If later on, can I upgrade if I want to?
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
Of course you can.
absolutely.
Yeah. No bother. Just send us a message. We'll work out how to do it. That's IT, that is.
Yeah, that is.
Right.
That's him
I'm going to
indoors.
turn that through. But you can see he's been so good. He's worked so many hours
He
putting
has.
that together for us. Kudos to the big man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what he did? He turned around to me the other day.
Mm.
I had no idea. Because he works in IT. I just assume if you work in IT, you can make a website, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm quite proud of that. It's my first website. Like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, yeah, no, I've never made one before. Could have mentioned that at the beginning.
Yeah.
No, well, you wanted one, didn't you?
So I just needed to make that happen. God love him.
Oh, we do. He's a trooper.
Oh, Megan Freeman says, I'm so late today.
Morning, Megan.
I've got stuck with online click and collect for my Christmas shopping due to still having the vid. Oh, bless you. Get well soon, my sweet.
That's no fun.
It's
I'm going to give that a
horrible.
little press. No, that is no
It's
fun,
not
is it?
all the fun, is it?
No.
Yeah, you like to buy from people, you like to support people, don't you? And that's the
much as you
overwhelming
can.
message we get
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
you
yeah.
all.
And you
like
are
to support
amazing.
us, because you know us.
Yeah.
We get to know you as well. I phones up and I speak to people.
I had the most hilarious conversation with one of our viewers the other. Oh, appears to be the end of that one. Yeah, I had the most hilarious conversation with one of our viewers the other day. I think it took a little while to click that it was me.
Yeah.
So she said, "Oh, well, hello, it's Natasha. I work at Natasha Makes."
Yeah, you always say that, Natasha, I work at Natasha Makes, which makes people go, oh, there must be another Natasha there. No.
It's just me.
There's only a few of us, and we don't have two Natashas. Aside from anything else,
Thank goodness.
that would be exhausting.
I'm going to
if there was
put.
another Natasha, we'd all run fast. No,
In the opposite direction.
one
That
we've
is
got
just
hard
too
enough
much.
work.
I'm going to put that on the bottom. Just going to sew it down whilst you insult me.
I feel like if another Gemma appeared. No, but seriously, one of each of us is enough. Jane will say the same.
You know what they say. If I'm too much, you're welcome to less. Go find less. Go on.
I think there's just the right balance in here.
Yeah.
A duplicate of any of us would just tip that balance over and we'd all go mad.
However, we have just made a lovely flap.
Hooray!
So that's good. Find the centre of your flap, which falls on a line, which is rather fabulous. And then decide which is the front and back of your bag. I match up the seams to find the middle. I'm going to measure 2 inches. Oh, I love this fabric. It always falls on a line. Look at that. I'm going to pin that in place. And just double check myself that I am equidistant from the seam. So we're going to sew down, along and up, okay? And the beauty of this is that that's going to close that turning through gap. Bosh, done. All right, so let's do that.
Perfect.
Yay! Gonna move my pins out of the way. Now the other thing, just to make sure, which actually I haven't done, is that your lining on the inside is nice and smooth, because this is just helping anchor that as well at this point, which is pretty cool. So this is doing many jobs as we add all these little extra bits onto our make. So that's shut our turning through gap.
Excellent. I do love a multi-purpose seam
Well, yeah.
line of stitching that does many things.
Absolutely.
Martin says, do you sell beginner-friendly bag patterns? Martin?
Loads.
Yes,
Loads.
loads. It depends what you want
Loads.
to do. Which type?
I mean, this is going to be a long show. Can we overhead, please? Thanks. This is going to be quite a long show today because it's quite a long bag. It's not a difficult bag. It's just a long bag. Now I'm going to again find that centre spot here.
I mean, I would say the easiest half-metre tote would be the first bag to make.
Oh yeah, that's
It's the best one.
It's
your first.
the hint is in the name there,
Yes,
isn't it?
The easiest half-metre tote. When I designed the stowaway, that was meant to be, straightforward bag as well for people to do. and you kind of do a pocket, then you also do a little channel with a drawstring, so that just adds skill, but there's loads. So it depends what you want, really.
Have a good rootle around and see what you
Natasha's
can
beach
find.
bag's an easy one. That
Oh,
was,
that's a really
I
easy
think,
one.
the easiest
Do you
one I
know
got.
what?
The first one I got Vicky to do.
You did, and it's a great one to do for anyone that wants to learn to use an interfacing.
Yes.
Just trying to get,
So you
there we
kind
go.
of
There's
build it
my
up.
2 inches there. I've got everything in line. Pop it.
So your easiest half-metre totes, just as it sounds, very straightforward tote, no lining, no nothing, just very straightforward. And then as you go through, you can build upon those skills.
Absolutely. I'm
You know,
just
whether
going to
you
sew
want to
that
do
down.
lining, drawstring, interfacing, some hardware, because it doesn't have to be complicated. And we do make sure that when we write our instructions, it's made to be simple. That's the one bit of feedback we get from everybody.
I am a busy mum. I've got a lot of horses. I've got dogs. I've got cats. I've got children. And I can't, like, with the best will in the world, I'm not at that stage in my life where I'm going to be sitting down making mega big quilts. So even the quilts that I do, they're not the ones like Jane will spend 2 days solidly making quilts for us. I'm doing too many other things. And that's why our team works so well, is because we have that balance. Right, I've snipped away my threads. This is one of the longest demos I've done in a very long time, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that now...
But this isn't to say it's not beginner friendly, it's just...
No, it's just that there's more to
time.
it.
Yeah.
So, we're getting the shape.
Do you know, actually, Tash, for anyone who wanted a bag that shape, pop some handles on. Bish
Bosh,
bash,
you're done.
Ayla bosh. Lovely.
Yeah,
That'd be quite nice.
yeah.
I've got
So
one
let's
that shape
pop
at
the
home.
handles on. So from my 60 metres of webbing, I'm going to say 16 inches. If you want to make them longer, then do. But I think what you'll notice is that I cheat a lot. And I call it cheating because there are those purists that will be like, oof, you can't do that. Just did. And it's not cheating in a bad way. It's little things like, I know that I will bend my pins if I try and fix down webbing that has been folded under. You want to fold your webbing under because you don't want to have any raw edges showing.
Yeah.
But actually, if I can use a bit of quilter's wash away tape to base that together, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be really unapologetic about it. And it might not be the way that old school is done. But you know what? It's the way I do it and it works.
One thing to say, actually, on this front is people that have said to me, oh, but I'm not a quilter, so I don't need the wash away tape.
I've never used it for quilting, ever. It's the one thing I've never used it on.
Everything except quilting.
Yeah.
Absolutely everything except quilting is what we use.
Do you know what? I suddenly realised the other day, I don't actually know where you would use it in quilting.
It's got to be a binding situation,
Do you think it's about... no, that is the only time I have used it, actually, is on the binding, just to hold the binding down. But
that's the only thing I can think of. But then why would you?
I've even seen dressmakers use it.
Yeah.
Lots of people use it.
Hems.
Yeah.
Brilliant for hems.
So I'm just folding that back on itself, and you can see, look, that is now held with my wash away quilter's tape. Brilliant. If you have lost a bit of your stick, because this is not a permanent fix, if you lose a little bit of your stick, just apply a little bit of heat. Even if that's just if it's on something that you shouldn't really be ironing, if you just put a little bit of steam on there, just to give it a little bit of warmth, then that re-enlivens that adhesive on there. I found that if I've left it overnight in my car, it's got cold in anyway.
Yeah.
Been in a cold room, sometimes that will affect it. Right, okay, so these are going to go on.
This is a polyester webbing, isn't it, Tash?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the black one. It's not expensive. Grab yourself 2 metres.
Gosh, no.
Right, so this is going to sit in line with this at my 2 inch mark in the middle. So where I am pinning, when I'm pinning it, is, and you can just measure down 2 inches if you want. Okay. I'm pinning it through just one layer. Rather than the two, and I've left where it's two to then sew across. So I'm going to go across, down, across, up, diagonally, across again, and then diagonally up. And I'm going to do that on all of them. And then we've just got to insert the snaps and we're done.
This is very exciting.
So I know it's a longer make today, but hopefully worth it. And you can just see all of this stitching here is holding that lining in.
But we've only been on air an hour and a half. You have
I
chatted
chatted
about
for
fabric.
quite a lot.
You've chosen your fabric, and there was a fair bit of stroking and chatting in that process.
Yeah, that's
So-
also true.
To say that this can be cut and made within an hour and a half is absolutely fair,
Yeah.
because we did a bit of faffing at the start
We
first.
didn't
Well, and also
start. We didn't start
tech.
making actually until past.
No, so you know it will have taken Natasha an hour.
And explained as I go.
Exactly. Which tells you how easy our bag patterns are, Martin, when we're here saying, oh, this is a longer make, but really it's a, hour-ish make. The others are easy. Make sure of this.
I think for me, and where that comes from, yes, is being busy, but also knowing that when I take any of these to places like Create and Craft, I don't get much demo time.
No.
And I knew when I worked at Sewing Quarter for so many years, the number of guests that used to get upset because they didn't get enough of a demo in, or that they'd get so many messages from people going, you didn't finish your demo, and I'm not sure on how to do X, Y, and Z. And once you're off air, it's really hard to then get that audience back to then let them know.
Well, exactly. But also, we do pride ourselves on saying, well, that looks complicated. How can we make that
Not
really
complicated.
straightforward? No,
Yeah.
exactly that. But then yourself, Jane, and I actually, all of us have worked
all
in
taught.
teaching, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've all taught. So it is about trying to make things.
I had a lovely message from someone the other day saying they'd picked up one of our patterns and actually they'd found it really easy, so they bought some more. And that's the biggest compliment that you can. That and our
Absolutely.
community, they're the biggest compliments that.
In fact, when I was doing my training to teach, and I've taught in the adult sector rather than children, but they referred to us as facilitators because they wanted us to know that that is what we're doing. We're taking something that people think is beyond them and making it easy, facilitating it. And that's what we do with these, isn't it, with these makes?
We are fabric enablers as well,
We'll
though.
quite often see someone go, I really, really want one of these, but I don't want to spend 100 quid on it. I don't have a clue how to make it. Tash. And Tash will look at it and go, and then she'll have a go various ways.
My mum laughs. She's like, you are your grandmother. You are your grandmother. She said, that's what she said. Shopping with you is like shopping with your grandmother, where I pick something up and I go, look at the quality of that stitching. Oh, no. At that price, I'll make it myself.
But it's true,
Yeah.
and we do this whole thing where we'll go, not paying that, but also...
Not paying that, no.
But also, the stitching is shoddy or whatever else, or I don't like the fabric.
Yeah,
it's
the colour of the
nasty, horrible,
fabric.
cheap fabric. I've got nicer fabric in my stash. And you'll go and make it several different ways and then go, this is the way that everyone will like. And that's what we put to air.
Or it's a different size then. I don't want it that big or that small or whatever.
Right.
But that's why we stitch, isn't it? It's so that we can personalise it and have everything exactly how we want it.
Well, quite.
Has been suggested I might be a bit of a control freak. Don't really understand.
I have no idea what that must be like.
No, right? What do you mean? Because I want everything my way. I don't, what? No.
Oh, we wonder where little Emily gets it from.
No, no. And we come back to our previous conversation about my dad says I get everything I deserve with my daughter.
Oh, she is a delight, really.
Sometimes, yes. Oh my gosh.
She's so funny because she's wise beyond her years, at 5 years old, and she's upset. Why are you upset, Emily? Because I don't make any decisions about my own life. All of my choices are made for me.
Enjoy that.
That's because you're 5, Emily. I don't get to choose if I go to school or not. No, that's true.
Oh, she was really upset about that, wasn't she?
Really was. Really
Freddie had a
upset.
sore throat. No, he had a dicky tummy the other day. And I asked him if he felt able to go to school, because there's nothing worse, is there? And he's like, yes. Anyway, Emily came on the end of the conversation and just heard me ask if he wanted to go to school. She'd missed all the reasonings for why. And that was it. That was it. There we go, that's what it is.
She wasn't amused, was she?
She was not amused. No, not even remotely amused that she did not get to have such a...
Look at the bag,
Right.
look at the bag, look at the
So
bag.
you can... Oh, there,
I
there
know,
you
I
go.
thought I'd go front and show.
So
Look
you
at the bag.
can have it just like that if you want, but no. You can,
It's lovely. I mean, that'd be a nice shopper, wouldn't it?
but no. Because too many of you have asked, can you please show us again how to use the tool? So I'm going to show you again how to use the tool.
Yes.
And I think I might have discovered where people are going wrong.
Oh, goody.
I know. So, let's get the tool out. Let's go overhead. We don't stock these at the moment until we can get everybody happy on them, and also because they come with such a delay on them.
It takes 3 million years to get
They really
in.
do. They do. Now, you've got tweezers to tweak things out. You've got a pokey tool to poke bits out. You've got 2 different sizes. When I say poke bits out, it's this. Gemma, I'm going to say to you, just listen for the pitter-pat of feet as everyone runs to the door. I was filming this morning, and every time I hammered, someone ran to the door.
Oh, that's really bad, isn't it?
I know.
You didn't tell them though, did you?
No.
No.
Make me
dear.
laugh.
We're terrible, aren't we? Yeah.
So,
Too much fun.
in order to do these clasps, we are going to need 2 of everything. So let's find out what that looks like. So we're going to have, in fact, I'll end up probably popping this on a close-up for you to see. But that's going to be one side. And then you have the bit that looks like a button on the other. And these should all correlate. So all of these should work in one size. That's another size, that's another size, that's another size, that's another size. So there, how that works. This is where people get scared, because you get lots of adapters and adjusters and this, that and the other. Now, I had assumed that because they've got different numbers on, so 201 is going to match up with another 201, and this one here has got 633 on it, and I assumed that that therefore only worked with 633. It's not actually the case, I discovered this morning. And I think that's where some people have gone wrong. So that is 831, 655, 655. So those two go together. So my assumption was that those would all do one size, that would all do another. But actually, there's a little bit of just double checking yourself with this. You've got a little screwdriver, we've got that. And then you have these different base feet, and you're going to be switching everything in and out. All right. So we are going to put these bits in first. Okay. So let me show you why I know I've got the right one. If I get a smaller one and it just slides in, that's not going to push the edges of this down to hold it in place. Okay, so what I need is to make sure that this bit here, in fact, can we go close up on this, Gem?
Yeah, of course we can.
This works because that bit there, I've never had to work out the anatomy before, but I've had to now. It's fine. So that's going to go on there. Your fabric is in between. Okay. There, can we see that there? Okay. This is going to come along, sit in the middle of that pushy uppy bit, and that is going to push all the way down to create that. Now, this has to be tight enough that when you push it in, it clicks like a popper would click. Of course, it's not going to do it now, is it? Because I've...
Because you're live on air.
Yeah.
There we are.
But all the others just come out too easily. Whereas this one goes in. Oh, it did earlier. I kept it on so I knew I had the right one.
That's just while you're twiddling
Will
with
come
that.
off it, yeah.
Claire Everett's saying, could you use ordinary cam snaps? I'm
Crush
assuming
cam.
she means plastic snaps.
Yeah. Crush cam. Yeah, there you go. So that will just push down and click, and it will sort of click into the bottom of that. Check I've got the right size. Because that's the other thing.
This is the time you need to make sure you got your specs on. The correct ones, you know, for reading, because we all have the different ones for different things. Martin has asked and suggested that you should make a biscuit bag. We know that Martin's a little obsessed on the biscuit front.
Biscuit bag?
I've just tagged the tea bag travel pouch because I do believe when we made that there was potential to pop your bickies in.
In fact, we sent biscuits out with them.
Tea bag travel pouch, I'm pretty sure you could make sure it's going to fit your biscuits.
This is going to sit nicely in there and be held in there. If it's the wrong size, it's going to slop about, or it's going to be too big. So you're going to be interspersing these as we go. Let's mark this where we're going to put this. We're going to put this an inch in from the seam.
Measurements are all in your pattern.
Yay. And here I just measure all of it. Well, some here I just measure it all.
You don't speak so well with a pen in your mouth.
I know, how rude. Very...
Yeah, Julia says we need to just inform Emily that adulting is overrated.
I have tried to tell her this.
Auntie Lizzie's still waiting to be a grown-up and able to make her own choices.
No, don't. Don't rush it. Right, I'm gonna get the hammer out. I have in the past made holes in my mat through doing this. We did at one point sell these, which were great because they've just got But if you've got a chopping board or anything that you're happy to do onto, then do.
Just don't do it on your lovely mat.
No, because I have made holes in them before. We know that these are the holes that's going to have to come through, so just check. Yep, that's fine. If you're working, I'm going through lots and lots of layers, so I'm going to use the larger size. Normally I'd go smaller rather than bigger, but I'm going through a lot of layers. And you can poke that through. There we go, we are good. And if you want to, you can go back. It's almost caught it. Yep, there we go. It's me again. It's me again, Chris.
I love the exasperated sigh.
Oh, she got me again. I'm going to be hammering a little bit now. Sorry.
3 more.
3 more hammers. And then it's the door if it goes off after that. Chris is packing up the last of the 12 days, bless her.
Probably going, I hope that's not the courier. I hope that's not the courier.
I know.
Boxes aren't sealed. Packages aren't sealed.
So's everyone. If I've set off anyone's dogs.
Oh, Auntie Lizzie says, I love sewing with a hammer. Yep. Anything with a tool.
I'm all over it. I'm all over it.
Is there one place Natasha loves more than a haberdashery? Only one place does more than a haberdashery, and that's a hardware store.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you did say 4, and yet you've just done that one twice.
Oh, no. Sorry.
It said 3 more. You've just done 3 more. You've got another one to go.
I've got to go through the wadding as well, that's why.
I know.
So it just takes a bit of oomph.
We fibbed to her, didn't we? We fibbed.
I mean, to be fair, like everyone is learning that it's not just the toolbox, it's Tasha's toolbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is ownership to the toolbox.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's crack on with this then, shall we? So I am going to do these one side. So that goes in there. That goes over the top. The buttony bit sits in there. That goes in there. And you press it down. And that's it. Installed. Let's do one the other side. So these ones, I think, are sort of the easier ones to do.
John nearly went to the door too, says Auntie Lizzie. He looked in the living room and went, oh, it's on there.
Yeah, sorry. And give it a good...
Oh, dear.
But it's a matter of go to where it bites and then a bit more. Because, you know, when I was trying to get it to go into the hole, that's the bite. And then you push it down.
Yeah.
So it could be that you're not squishing down enough.
You don't want it loose.
You don't want it loose. Now these ones, we have to change everything out again. And 831. I thought, I had assumed that, therefore, it would be 831 that I would be using, right? Because the next bit that has to happen is that goes over the top. But actually, what I found was that one's too small, but there's another one that does fit it. And I don't know if it's that it's not quite as deep or what it is, but actually the 633 worked better for this one. So I'm going in with that. And this was where, you see, I had assumed that you would use the corresponding one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of the amount of wadding or what it was, but it just meant that actually, on this occasion, no. And I'm going to look and see, you see, that's going to sit in there and sit really nicely. So that's going to be the base that I use. So when you're using these, you want to make sure that you've got a base in. You've got a top in, else they're not going to meet. Okay. And when they come down, they are going to meet. Okay. Now I want this to go like that and snap together there. So this long pointy bit is going to go through there. The other thing that I have come to realise is that if you do this once and it doesn't, you don't apply enough pressure, it doesn't quite take or whatever, you've got to put in a fresh shafty bit. There is absolutely the long bit. You've got to use one of those because as soon as that's got, I don't know if you can see this close up, that has got a little dent in it.
Come on now. No, it's...
That has got a little sort of bend in it because that's to help it to press down so that when that goes on and the pressure is applied from on top, it melts into it and holds it. So if any pressure has been applied, it's like a crumple zone on a car. It's designed to crumple. If that's crumpled in any way and you try and reuse it, again, it's not going to work.
Nope.
All right. So yeah, things to check. It's almost worth doing a dummy run and just make sure that that fits and is sealing. Otherwise, try the other side, so that's very similar. That's what I would say to you. But so far, we've done overhead. We've got one lot that clips, happily. And let's get the other ones in. And then hopefully that will have helped anyone who was having a moment. And I've put this up and explained about the 2 different sizes. There we go. You can also use your plastic cans.
Yay!
Just depends what look you want, isn't it? I like a nice little brass fixing.
Yeah.
But that, there we go, is your bag made.
Fabulous. Look at that. And room for plenty of lunch.
Exactly that.
No one
Exactly
needs a
that.
little lunch.
But folds up really nicely, actually. So there they are. This one is odour coated, so you can wipe it clean. I just love these fabrics. I just think they're great.
Tash, if people are going to use Oda Coat,
Yeah.
A, don't be scared of it.
Nope.
B, Oda
Yep.
Coat your fabric before you cut your pieces.
And that's in the instructions.
Yes.
That is in the instructions. So please, yes, do that. Do make sure. Make sure that you do that. Yeah. There you go. That's today's show. Do grab the instructions or anything else that you need. Half metre heavens will work an absolute treat with this as well. Add another little bag. It all goes in here, which is really nice.
This is such a nice mate for some of your stash.
Yeah.
I'm looking now for projects I can do between Christmas and New Year while I'm at home. And
I think
can
the thing
raise my
is,
stash for as well.
in the new year when we're all broke and fat,
and full of cheese. and
full of
confused.
cheese and confused, yeah. And we all promise ourselves that we're going to eat more healthily in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
The best way to eat more healthily is to take your own lunch with you. The most cost-effective way to eat more healthily is to make your own food and take it with you.
Definitely.
So an insulated bag, that means your yogurt's kept cold or whatever.
And salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way.
It is.
That is the way.
It is.
So there we go.
But
So
a
that's
lovely,
why.
lovely gift make as well. And don't forget, we don't mind you making things using our patterns and selling the items that you've made.
Gosh, no.
And a lot of companies, they'll say, you're not allowed to use their patterns for commercial use, aka making things and then selling them.
Just don't sell the pattern.
But yes, we would say don't sell the pattern. If someone says to you, oh, that's a fabulous make, where did you get the pattern from? Tell people, please, refer them to us, get them to buy from us as well, because it will keep us on your screens.
There you go.
People
That's
buy
how it
from
works.
us. Great.
Yep. Yeah.
But buy, make, sell, get some
buy
money
again.
back in, buy again.
Perfect. It's the
We're happy
circle of
with that.
life.
Yep.
Thank you very much, everybody. We will see you. Jane is here tomorrow. Do you want to see Jane's table runner? Because I moved it off the side. Is this. So we bought you the other day the new Creative Grid, which is the rectangle one.
It's the half rectangle ruler, isn't it? And you can do lots with it.
So we promised that we would show you how to use it for those that bought it in good faith. So this is one way, and then Jane, you know what Jane's like? Wow.
It's a very versatile ruler.
I just thought I'd make up a little something else. So we've got 3 colourways.
Excellent.
Do you know what she also said? And that would look great on your sofa. Yes, it will,
Yes,
Jane.
it will. Not
It will.
it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will.
And also because that's the same colourway that we did the...
Carlton Garden.
no, we did that as well, but we also... I did my armchair.
Oh, yes. The armchair tidy. Yes.
Thank you.
Perfect.
So we've got this coming up for you tomorrow, and then I'm going to make something else on Wednesday.
Marvellous.
Hurrah!
It's all good, isn't it?
Take care. Lots of love. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Bye.